retweet that shit. Okay, we'll give it 10 minutes just so we can get some. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Oh wait, I need to. For some reason,
Oh,
my mic got turned off again. Wait. Oh, it's shift. That's why. That explains it. Okay, I need to. Um. Actually, no. I just muted myself. That makes sense. Okay, this should be all running fine.
that's good. I got my water.
Yeah. It's because I had stream open as well that it echoed through, but now it shouldn't
Good.
echo anymore. We're gonna give it five or so minutes yet for people to come in, and then we're gonna start.
There's someone in chat.
Yeah, we got skips. First viewer.
Mr. Skips. Mr.
They're
Skips.
on time. There's a lot I can say about Samus, but there's only good things I can say about Samus mains.
I hear Samus. All Samus mains are just too nice. That's the problem.
It's like it's all mid tiers. All mid
Yeah,
tiers are too nice. Like,
they're
it's
too
fucked up.
fucking nice. You have like top tiers. You like, oh, I don't care, but they're fucking players, dickheads. Mid tiers, they're all fucking lovely. That's
I
the
know.
problem. You motherfuckers are too nice.
All the Samus mains are nice. All the Luigi mains are nice. It's it's fucked up.
There is a problem here. There is a problem. Do we need to fix it?
I think that's a podcast episode, to be honest.
Podcast
I
episode.
think I think that's a
You
topic.
motherfuckers need to get. You motherfuckers need to get meaner. In fact,
We need some beef. I'm starting some beef. We need some stuff to go on. I want some classic mid tier beef. I want to see Mario Luigi best of 9 salty sweet match. Oh, no, Skips has lost to one too many. Net play sheiks. Skips about to go off.
Netflix sheets nasty, nasty, nasty.
How are you feeling into maybe playing Ivy Skips?
Don't talk about Ivy around me. Don't go. Ah,
I've heard what happened.
Ivy's good as hell. It's scary. That's the problem.
Ivy
It's
is,
scary.
but what I said to Ivy, I said it's fine. You beat Jack Poo, that's easy. You didn't beat God Proxon, so
Mm,
there's a difference.
yeah. Yes, sir.
Ivy's big on the co-op, but has yet to get a big win at an event. Yeah, in person. I mean, but it's gonna come soon.
Okay. Well, do you want to get started? I think.
Yeah, it might be good to get started now.
Okay. Well, welcome to the first episode of Frame State. That podcast name is still work in progress. I
Yeah,
like it. I've
yeah.
heard some haters, but I'm a big fan of it.
I've heard mixed from it. I'm not entirely sold, but I also like it's fine right now. Also, the
Yeah.
stream layout is also a work in progress. Although this could be a keeper, to be honest. This might
Honestly,
be my
this is
best
looking
piece of
like
work.
this is looking like a winner for me. This is looking like a fucking W.
Swarm Engine podcast. It's got nothing on this. I
Yeah,
don't see Swarm Engine podcast and Prof dancing.
yeah. Honestly, so I'm woo. Oh, Hassan's in chat.
Eh,
Hi,
Hi
hey,
Hassan.
hi,
Hi.
hi, hey.
How's the
Uh,
podcast?
wow.
You
I
sound
love
lovely.
Stormcast. I love it. I love it. So we're gonna get started.
Yeah.
Okay.
I won't be able to tab over exactly. I don't think for results stuff. Or
Oh no, I
actually,
got it. I got it. Don't worry. I
I
got
don't
that.
know. I can slightly pull it up. At the side on a notepad.
No, bro. You're fucking the whole shit up.
Yeah,
No,
no,
you're
it's
fucking the
fine.
whole
It's
shit
fine
up.
now. Look, it's
Okay,
fixed, and now
okay,
I've got it
okay.
all on a notepad.
I see.
I,
Okay.
s
Well,
oh,
we're gonna start with Clash of Cons.
yeah, we'll start Clash on.
Okay.
That was the like the furthest one back out of the two.
Yeah. Well, Max beat Pro. That's the main thing.
Yeah, like
Uh.
Max beat Prof. Like he's he beat like I don't think he's even beaten Prof Online. I could be wrong here.
I I'm not sure if he has or not. I'm gonna need someone to
I know that
to
Max
fact
had
check
beaten
that though.
Frenzy online, I think, before they
Mhm.
had actually done it IRL, I think.
Yeah.
But online, I don't think I don't think Prof or King Max or Kingu had beaten Prof.
Yeah.
So it would be like the second time that Prof had been defeated by one of them, but it was actually at an IRL and quite
Oh,
close
so
to each
this.
other as well. Because remember, Kingu beat I think at Nang.
Yes, yeah, King would be Prophet Nan, which I think is actually a really good segue into talking about how Prof and Frenzy kind of always been Prof and Frenzy. Then you've had Setri and Mint.
Yeah,
You know, sometimes you had a Maxi.
sometimes
That was kind of like
even VA if you want to go
even
really far
VA,
back.
even VA. But it's always been the kind of the big two
Yeah,
were Prof and Frenzy, and RIP Setri. He's playing
yeah,
Five now.
yeah. And then as soon as
Um,
Sechi went, it was just those two at the top, untouchable.
mhm, yeah. Now we seem to have some sort of big, big like a not a revolution, I would say, but definitely some sort of new era where we are starting to see people who, while they aren't definitively top two, they are able to take games off of the top two,
Yeah,
and
and it's like
it's
at
getting
LAN as well, which
at
is the
LAN,
big
not
thing.
online, at LAN.
And this is not like at like pools or something like that. This is like where they'll probably be at
Mhm.
their like best in like winners semis, winners finals.
Well, yeah, well, Max won against uh Prof in winners quarterfinals, which was best of three. We do have to put an asterisk next to it that it was a best
Oh
of
yeah,
three.
it was best of three because it was earlier on
Mm.
because Max lost to Luke, which will be our next thing we'll talk about.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, even though it is best of three, well, I'm trying to like right now Fox just still like I don't think that changed it too much, but it yeah I still think it's completely valid even if it is best of three because it is still Prof at the end of the day and Prof just doesn't lose to other people like
Yeah,
that are like but like that even people that are challenging him like there's only been very few
yeah. I mean,
who
it's like I said before, the big boys were Mint, Maxi, Sechi, and VA, and used Fuzziness ages ago, of course. But that's too long ago. I feel like to count.
yeah
But we're now moving into this era where we see more than just these two dominant players. Like when you tabbed into a tournament, Prop and Frenzy were there, or Prop or Frenzy's gonna win. Now I am excited to see what happens in like the next couple of months towards the end of 2022. Can we see a non-frenzy or prof player take a tournament? Because I'm thinking Kingu will.
Oh yeah, no. Kingu is on the Patriot. Like the past two nines, you tune into Grands, you see Kingu on winner's side of Grands against Prof. Like
Mm.
although you just as no as Prof normally does when he loses in winners, he just comes back and destroys Grands. Like it's not
Yeah.
clean for Prof when it comes into Grands usually. It's scrappy and it's never like a clear favorite. Like although Prof most people probably assume Prof has the edge, like I think it went game five as well at Nang, and the previous Nang as well. Like either went get like was a close game four
Hmm.
for like Somerset. Like it's very doable for Kingu especially. I think Max has the potential to do it, but he hasn't
Yes.
doesn't show up that much.
Yeah. Max is. You see, while I like, while Max is still really, really good, it's just that I think at the moment Kingu has a lot more drive towards wanting to be the best in the UK.
Yeah,
Yeah, that kid's cracked. He's like getting super, super good, super, super quick.
yeah,
Uh, uh, and it's just where does Kingu go next?
yeah.
Um, what I can say though is something else that interesting that happened at Clash of Kongs was speaking of Max, Max got beaten twice by Luke, a name I had not seen in like two
Twice?
years.
Oh yeah, no, you mean just he
N-
lost the set? Yeah.
No. He lost it. Max lost to Luke in bracket and pools.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Well, no, he didn't. Why did he lose a bracket?
I'm pretty sure he did. That's what I've got
No,
on the.
Because he lost to Luke in pool, and then he went on Prof's side, beat Prof into winners finals, and Luke wasn't that far in, and he wouldn't have played Luke and losers because I beat Luke.
Let me just double check
Yeah,
this real
double
quick.
check.
I'm pretty sure that Max lost to Luke in pools.
Yeah, he
Uh,
lost in pools definitely. and it Max is
Oh,
one of the weirder ones where like he doesn't like lose to people outside him besides like some
never
foxes
mind,
like
never mind. I'm completely wrong. Yeah.
yeah, well, just Spurs.
Max only lost to Luke in pools, which
Yeah.
is big upset personally because I've not heard of Luke in like 2 years. I knew that guy was cracked. He was getting really good, and then he just kind of dropped off when COVID happened, and now
Uh,
we're a couple months post COVID, and now
he's
it's just
he's not really back. It's he dropped because of he did bad in exams, so he dropped to focus on melee solely. And then
seriously
he only came back. He only went to Kongs because it's in his own home city where he lives right now.
okay.
I don't think he's going to be traveling anywhere really outside of that. I think he's kind of done with melee for a little bit. I
That's cool,
think.
but it's really interesting to see that
Oh yeah,
he's still able to take these names
Luke
and
Luke is still scary to this day, even though he hasn't like practiced in ages.
yes,
He moves so fast. His punish is so clean. All of his movement is clean as fuck. The only
yeah,
thing he's missing is just a lot of the newer stuff. But
mm,
that's just because he
yeah,
hasn't practiced in
yeah.
ages.
It's definitely his. It's the classic. His fundamentals carry him.
Yeah,
But that is the thing. If he has a solid foundation, he'll never really drop to people who are worse than him too often.
yeah,
And especially beating Max, number 3 in the country.
yeah. He was number 3 on the
Yeah,
last PR.
yeah, number 3 in the country. Just big deal, big deal, big deal. And
And
it's very interesting to see that.
yeah, and considering that Max had only ever dropped other sets to people below him, being other foxes, being to Stranger at short up air,
Yeah.
and then to 23 at Myth, I think, or Myth
Mm,
1. Um, but besides from that, he hasn't like dropped a single set to anyone outside the top like 5 or something
hmm
in like
So
the entire season.
are we putting a fucking stamp in it? Max has a fox problem.
I don't think Max is a fucked problem. I think Max is just lazy sometimes.
Yeah,
Sometimes he's a little sleepy boy. He wakes up, he has to play some fucking crackhead fox that's pressing 1,000 buttons a second.
yeah.
He's not ready for it. He wants to go
He,
back to bed.
he shows up. He's just like, God fucking damn it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but honestly, like, yeah, I'm very excited to see what Luke does next, even if it is just another, thing for Clash at Kongs 2, which
yeah,
has been rumored, and kind of half confirmed by Jeans.
yeah. I believe he's only waiting on the venue to just basically give him the go ahead, and then he's all
hmm
ready for it. And
Yeah.
also, like,
Um.
a big thing with Clash of Clans is like it's the first event in Bristol since COVID, and like
Oh,
the
is it?
entire of the Southwest, like there was no locals in Bristol or anything for the entire until Clash of Kongs where they finally did a regional. Even in like the closest thing they had was the Wales bi-weeklies and in
Mhm.
Cardiff, and that was it in the entire region. And
Yeah.
then Clash of Kongs appeared, and now they have bi-weeklies now in Bristol. So it
Oh.
was a big way to come back
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
Bristol scene, like for having some a native like that just come in and then just fucking beat Max and do
hmm
really fucking well.
Yeah.
Kind of insane.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of like, you know, what happens next, and also talking about how there are these people who are starting to contest the top two, and we are also seeing it. GG took Prof to game 5.
Yeah,
GG, I don't I think GG has I think they have done that before, but like
I I don't.
that's
Yeah.
insane to me for some reason. Like it's really thick.
Oh, like watching Prof play against Kingu or a Puff, I hate it personally because like it feels like you can't do anything. It feels like Prof plays it so fucking good that it's hard to do anything against him. And then like GG managing to bring Prof to game 5, like regardless
Mhm.
of if Prof was playing sloppy or whatever, it doesn't matter. Like that's still a
Yeah,
massive achievement for
that's
anyone.
still for any player in the UK, I'd say below Frenzy. Because when it goes to game 5 with Frenzy Prof, you kind of just expect that.
Yeah, well, like
But
besides from like I think Kingu, Max Frenzy, everyone else, Kingu, Max Frenzy, and Tino, I like everyone else. Like it's a struggle to get a game off Prof
yeah,
at best,
it's
and
really
taking
hard.
two is really good.
Yes, yes. So being able to bring Prof to game 5, I'm next time that GG and Prof are at a tournament, I'm going to like really be excited to see what comes next because I know at the moment GG is learning RTP rest stuff.
Oh yeah, they're working
They're,
on
they're
like new up throw
they're
stuff, aren't they?
they're working on that stuff. I want to see if they'll work on. There was a thing that Solo Battle posted recently. The drill rest stuff.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah, the drill like shut off rest stuff.
yeah, I'm
There's
excited
also
to see what
oh,
I'm
sorry.
excited to see what happens with that. As I am a staunch Puff hater, but I always like to see characters being pushed and being done in new ways. When something new comes out for a character, I'm always like, oh hell yeah, this is sick.
Yeah, and there's also like other like I'm pretty sure there's some like drill F smash bullshit you can do and all kinds of like little weird stuff that you could put in and make Puffer
Mm,
like a lot scarier. Being able to just like hit that rest up or something that drill that
yeah.
just like ends up either being some sort of neutral reset or like Puff gets
Hmm.
some a little bit of advantage or a grab off it.
Yeah.
Like that makes Puff a lot scarier in
Exactly.
general.
Exactly. How can Puff be pushed, and what comes next for that character? Especially since we are seeing like
The rise of the
Hungrybox,
Puffs.
the rise of the Puffs in the UK. The rise of the Puffs in the UK. We're getting so many Puffs like Jamie, Kingu, Stylo. That's it, basically.
Well, even like that's like CPU Zero in America,
Hmm.
like going in off insane, and then like there's just and solo battle is just always as always doing well, dominating a lot of people who play him, and only like losing to very few people. General like Puffs are going fucking off right now,
Yeah.
and so everyone needs to get your fucking Puff practice in. DM your
Everyone
local
get
stylo and get Ed.
DM Stylo,
DM
DM
stylo,
Jamie, DM Kingu.
Knights, two of the other
Uh,
Puffs,
moving
Lyle
on.
Dial.
Who?
London,
Who? Who?
London Puff player.
Your local Puff player,
Yeah,
sick
London
man.
Puff player.
Um, oh GG, of course. That's an oldie. That's an old head.
Yeah, they've been around
Um,
for just a little bit.
yeah. Time to now, like the last part about the Clash of Kong talk. Our little guy, our little chief beat R23. I'm gonna let you take this one. I'm gonna let you take this one. Like, how do you feel about that?
Um, it was it's one of the wins I'm most sort of proud of. Even if like R23 was playing kind of pretty sloppy, like he felt for a long time for a lot of people like he was the kind of gatekeeper between like getting to like the mid to high level like sort of PR. Like you most like who else had beaten R23 until then that like weren't at that level. It was like Ty was the only other one. But like but R23 has just been really consistent and doing really well.
Mhm.
And especially into like well I can say it's a Marth, but there aren't really any other Marth that I really like going for him. But
Mhm.
I'd been absolutely destroyed in all our previous sets, like
Yeah.
like 3-0s, 3-1s at best, and then I did okay-ish in the pools, but I still got kind of fucked up because he
Mhm.
and then I go into bracket, I'm like fuck, I didn't get the motor side, I couldn't try and get a cheeky win over
Mhm.
that. I was like okay, it is what it is. I'll just try and do stuff that I'd been learning through with May, sort
Mhm.
of, and then it just started working really, really
Mhm.
well. And I don't know, I was just seeing stuff a lot better than normal, and I wasn't like getting hit by a lot of random stuff. And then also because he wasn't playing that good, his punish wasn't nearly as good, so I could get away with some stuff, even if it was really, really risky. But it was a win I'm really happy of that I could finally get over that after getting destroyed
Yeah.
relentlessly by him
I
constantly.
mean, like, what was the main thing you think you changed that allowed you to beat
Uh,
him?
more doing like empty hop stuff
Mhm.
plus playing more defensive and
Yeah.
not trying to always like get a win with a hit and just like accepting that in some situation like if I'm not too confident in like punishing like his roll in or something just dash back and reset neutral stay
Mhm.
in the corner for a little bit until he fucks up
Okay.
and just trying to play a lot more patient in general and be fine with resetting neutral or having to redo a situation 50 times over instead of just
I,
always trying to just scrap and win because that's where
yeah.
R23 thrives and where
Yeah.
Sheik thrives in
I
general.
Yes, Sheik is a scrapper. Marth is not. You want to avoid scraps with Marth,
Yeah.
I feel. Just want to get to that neutral where you can just get your long dashes in. Um. So yeah, congratulations on the R23 win. You really deserved it. I'm very happy to see it.
I'll still
So
get
yeah.
fucked up by him next time we play.
Oh,
I'm
100%.
getting bodied by him next time.
You are losing next time, brother.
Yeah, and I know I'm
Um.
getting fucked up, but I'll take the cheeky little win.
Yeah.
All right,
I
moving on
mean,
from that, I think.
moving on. That's the Clash of Kongs talk done.
Yeah,
It's on to Nang, the big boy. The Nang is the big thing.
that
This was
that
a
the tournament that caps out in a day or two
yeah,
consistently.
yeah.
Omi's baby.
I have never been to a Nang, and I'm very sad that I don't think I wasn't able to go to this one. I will try and go to the next one if I have the money. But looking in the bracket, oh wait, Nang doesn't do doubles. I just realized. Holy shit.
No, it's purely singles.
Um, yeah. Uh, Pingu. So the big stuff here, the big stuff here at Nang is one. Max didn't attend. Mr. Clean did. That's what we'll say. Mr. Clean was at
I
Nang.
ca- I can't believe Mr. Clean was at 9.
I'm such a big fan. I missed him. I'm
Uh,
such a huge
I
fan.
hate that guy. I hate that guy. Frank, I want Frank the Fisher out of here right
Yeah,
now.
Frank.
But he
um,
showed up and he did fucking well with it.
he did really well. So didn't he play Marth
He
against?
played Marth against everyone besides Gigi, who he played Fox.
Yeah. So looking at the bracket, we have Max 2-1 against 10 quid in the Ditto. You know, I'm not
No,
surprised.
I believe he
Max's
played
Marth is.
Fox in that one. I think
Oh, do
actually
you
as
think?
well.
Okay. So we have a Fox and Marth run.
Yeah. But it was Tenko and Gigi. I think are the two he played Fox for.
Okay, but then he played. Well, I think this is because Max has previously brought out the Marth against Frenzy. He did run into Frenzy.
He's
Um,
brought it out against Prof as well. He did it at the quarter 19, I believe. He was going
was it
Mr. Clean the
19?
entire time, going Fox
Yeah.
Marth, and
I mean,
brought out the Marth
do you
against
think?
Prof.
Do you think? Do you think Max's Marth is good? I think it.
I'll be
I mean,
honest, I didn't watch it at 9, so I'm not entirely I don't know too much about it recently. I know what it used to be like, which was like very much like a top player, sort of just beating you with
mhm,
being a top player instead of actually
yeah.
like having like doing the character specific stuff and like having like the punish to go with it. But if he's doing as well as he did, I can't imagine he was purely carried on neutral. I imagine he did also have good punish
Mhm,
because he beat 23 modest with the Marth,
yep.
which are like big wins, like 23 insane fucking player, like
Yep.
just like top 10 on the last season, very good into Marth and plays a good style for it.
Mhm,
Modest also very good into Marth, like it's beaten Aiken and pretty much most of the Marths in the UK. It was it's it's scary to think that you can just go a secondary and like still only
yeah.
lose to still only lose to like what was it Prof and who else was it
It was
Frenzy?
Yeah. It's just he lost to Frenzy and
Prof.
Prof.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
just Frenzy. Max secondary only lost to the top two players in the country.
Uh,
What the fuck?
And it's not even like he got a lucky back. He got Modest, 23, GG.
Yeah.
Even if you want to go for the rest of PR, 10 quid shoes. He also had. I can't remember what his pool is. Can you check what the pool was that he had?
Max's pool.
Yeah, yeah.
It was uh, where's Kong? I'm on Kong's right now. 1 second. Uh, it was GG, Paphos, Styler, Cappy, QWERTYfinger, and Aqua. With Styler and QWERTYfinger DQing
Wait, so
stuff in him.
he beat GG twice then?
He beat
Damn.
GG twice with. I don't know if he's
With
playing Fox. Yeah,
Fox. With Fox.
that's a bad double jeopardy right there.
I mean,
Wait, what?
to be fair, GG was on a GG wasn't predicted to make it that far.
Oh wait, no. Never mind. Um, wait, why am I on Classic Kongs again?
What,
Jesus Christ! I keep accidentally
brother?
tabbing back to the Classic Kongs tab. It's okay now. It's okay. It's okay. It's good. It's good. Calm down. Calm down. Yeah. So Mr. Clean's appearance, and honestly, very impressive that Max's Marth is so good that he can get third at a tournament, one of the biggest tournaments of the year.
Yeah, like what the biggest UK series, like the third it will be pretty much the like third biggest, tied with Shut Up Air.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
very impressive by him.
Yeah.
And
But I
consider
think
that guy got later pools, played with no warp, and still did all this.
I think we're missing something here, though. I think what we're here to talk about is really Alfie's run. Ica.
Ica went off. Ica.
Ica did good. Um, so we had him winning against Paphos. You know, pretty decent,
I
pretty
mean,
good.
Paphos and Ike are sort of run the same level-ish, but then Paphos plays Sheik into
Yeah, like
Ganon.
what the fuck?
What a
Yeah,
matchup.
Alfie. I think we kind of underestimate how much time and effort Alfie's put in just because he's a Ganon. Of course, that's gonna put him back and set him back. He's playing fucking Ganondorf. But Jesus Christ, he beat Paphos and he beat Kidder.
Yeah,
Kidder is insane.
23 on the last PR, and possibly one of Ganon's worst matchups. Just
And
fucking beats him casually.
yeah,
Uh,
just beats him. And he ended up losing to you,
uh,
which that sucks. And then you
it's
lost
sad.
to Tina. So moving on.
It was it was a sad set for
Yeah,
Iker.
I'm very excited to see what Alfie does next, cause I I think that Alfie doesn't really travel too much outside of the south.
No, he travels. Well, there's no tournament outside of the south really. So
True, true,
he's,
true, true.
but he was at Kong's. He's at Nine at Myth. He'll be going Athena, I believe. Uh, he went Dead Shine. Alfie's about. Oh no, I'm not sure if Alfie was a Dead Shine or he's gonna. But Alfie's about. The real exciting thing is how Alfie will do at New Wave.
Yes, okay.
Alfie's a scary contender for New
We
Wave.
we 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 didn't know New Wave was coming up when we planned this one.
I
This,
think
the
we
night we finished, the night we didn't know it was going to be announced.
yeah, I think we wait on talking about New Wave close to the time because there's a lot of
Yeah,
people who could sign up, but New Wave is
yeah.
very exciting.
New Wave. This is probably going to be the most exciting New Wave. I
Yeah,
feel.
like it's not nearly as stacked as New Wave 4. New Wave 4 was disgustingly stacked, but there's so
Yes,
much close talent around the top at New Wave that there's quite a few there's like a good 10 or so people to possibly win the entire thing.
yes. Very exciting for New Wave, which we will talk about probably on the next episode.
Next episode
Um,
on the one after it.
well, but for now, um,
Back to
we have
9.
back to Nang. We talked about Mr. Clean, but there was another secondary in the bracket. GG's Ice Climbers. Uh,
What a character.
who did GG go Ice Climbers again?
GG went
Again.
Ice Climbers. GG's plan with the Ice Climbers was to use it as a counter pick against Foxes who went FD, sorry. So they
Mhm.
went it against 23 and barely lost last stock. Uh, they went it against Kingu and and won
Uh huh.
the FD game.
Wow.
I can't
Wait,
remember
Kingu
who
was playing
else.
Fox. I know Kingu has. Is
King,
Kingu? I don't know.
yeah,
I have no idea what Kingu's doing with Fox anymore.
Kingu goes Fox into Peach, I believe, and also into Puff. Puff, I'm pretty sure is a mainstay. Peach, I think, is mostly.
Mm.
Uh,
Can't even play against your own character, man. Grow up.
I don't blame playing Puff. Like,
Grow up.
and then, but GG's Ices were like their plan was the fact that people haven't been used to wobbling with Ices, so they're not gonna mash out a grab. So GG just
Yeah.
goes for down throw, down air regrab, and hope you don't DI it properly,
Yeah,
and
you
it
have to
fucking
SDI.
works.
I'm pretty sure you have to SDI that differently depending on the character you play as well.
Maybe or like the side you get hit, I think it is as well. But it's basically sort of cheese, and GG made it work, which it's not a counter pick I ever expected from a Puff. To
Yeah.
go Ices against a Fox, it seems weird, but I'm pretty sure that I don't know if it'll be a mainstay. It might be because Puff against a Fox on FD is brutal,
Hmm.
but I we could maybe see it out in the future a little bit.
We could see. I'm excited to see where it goes. But next topic is another little run we had, just a small one, just a cheeky one. Ty's run.
Yeah,
Now Ty beat Modest Major 2-0, and he went game 5 with Kingu. If you know,
like
if Ty beat Kingu, then they would have gone on to GG. I think Ty could beat GG.
oh yeah, no, Ty's the kind of like is very much kind of the Fox that would like possibly beat GG. I believe they're
Hmm.
also in the same pool for Athena, so that's
Hmm.
spicy. But yeah,
Like,
that's
okay,
like
I'm gonna have to catch that then.
yeah, like Ty is a very scary up and comer, and like first
Mm.
of all, beating Modest is very good. 'Cause
Is
I've heard Falco is not one of his greatest matchups,
yeah,
and especially someone of Modest Major's caliber, who's
Modest one
like
of the probably top
top like
four, top five, fourth
no
or fifth best Falco in the UK.
oh he's no he's like he's top 3, I think. Like I
Well,
think
no, no,
him and
no,
Mordo are
no, no,
very
no.
close.
Okay,
But
okay, that's fair. I was putting Mordo above him.
yeah, personally I rate Modest higher than Mordo, but that might be
Hmm.
personal bias. Also, Modest has had possibly better results online, but I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, beating Modest or people like cleanly 2-0, and like from talking to Modest afterwards, he just like he felt if he could get momentum and he could get something to like hit, he could make the comeback. But Ty just never let him have it, which is
Hmm.
like that's what you want to hear when you beat someone of like that
Back,
caliber. That you just were stopping them every time they tried to make it work.
back.
I'm very
That
impressed by Ty. And then
is very,
going
very
game 5
impressive.
with Kingu.
Is Yeah, Game 5 with Kingu is the most impressive part in my opinion. But question is, has Ty been ranked? I can't remember.
Ty was
Uh,
ranked.
okay, will he be eligible for New Wave?
Yeah, no, he's banned. He was 19th on the
Okay.
PR.
Oh, barely
Yeah.
misses out. Barely
No,
misses out.
the entire of last PR are banned.
Oh, I thought it was only like
I
I
th
thought that 20 to 25 was still allowed.
I believe that's for really old PRs. I
Okay.
think, but like Nine seems to be Ty's tournament mostly because like the first Nine after COVID, he beats me. He goes game 5, or I think it was game 5, or either last game with both Squeechu and Kingu, and very barely loses to both of them, which both at the time were still very good.
Mhm.
And then just comes to this night and goes to game 5 with Kingu again. Like Kingu
Yeah.
was analyzing the set like earlier on today. Like he
Mhm.
knows that's the set that like there's some stuff that needs to be figured out for because Ty's
Yeah.
it's fucking scary. Ty's been on kind of a bit of a tear. Like he hasn't really gotten any big
Exciting.
wins yet, but he's gotten really close, and he's also just been like beating everyone below him like fairly cleanly. I don't think he's had a single bad loss. It's
Exciting.
very exciting for Ty.
Very
I'll see
exciting
how
to
he
see
does
what
at Athena.
Athena. Yeah. So that's what just happened finished. That's the first
Uh,
section of the podcast finished. Now we're getting on to what I like to think is the meat and potatoes, which is the state of the community, which this part of the podcast is basically talking about more of the wider community sense of Melee in the UK and what are some problems or what are some things we might want to change personally.
mhm.
So Chief, if you could change the little slide we have for it.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I have to
Give Chief
wait.
a minute for that. I'm going to take a sip of water.
There we go. Seamless transition. Seamless. No one saw a
Seamless.
thing.
Practice scene. Okay, I'll take this one to start with.
Yeah,
So,
I'll have a sip.
so this is kind of a big thing to me personally, and it means a lot to me. Because I believe that since COVID and since Slippy is a big cause of this. Not saying that Slippy's a bad thing, but I think this is caused by Slippy. The community has seemed to kind of fractured into its own little subsections, especially online. Online, you have all of these different discords. You have, personally my own Discord, um, Hydrocord, then you have Among Us, and then you have what is it called? Shit, I can't remember.
Netplay Warriors.
Netplay Warriors. Um, and I think that a lot of this comes from one, people just want to interact with their friends, which is completely fair. You don't want to interact with people in the scene you don't like, completely fair. But I feel like the only reason the Discord ever got used was because pre-Slippy you had to use codes. You had to find there was no one ranked. You had to find someone directly and use a code. It was like how Direct works now. But that would lead people into these other channels.
Yeah, while they're there, while
Uh,
they're waiting for people to find their games, they just check
hmm,
social or whatever. I see something and they
hmm,
might respond to it.
yeah, and I think what that led to is it led to a scene that was more whole. It was a whole scene, but that leads us into the problem of we don't have a hub anymore.
Well,
We don't have.
we have sort of have a hub, but it's like sort of it's a part of it has become sort of like the only people like place people at here now is EU Melee if they want it.
Yep.
And like if it's either
EU.
EU Melee or Imprep Discords, there's
Mm,
no like. Well, I think maybe French Melee might add their own discords, but a lot of discords like just generally will just go in EU Melee because you're more likely to find games in there.
yep.
There's way more
Yeah.
players.
Yeah. EU Melee has become the hub for EU Melee, which is good. I think that's a good thing. But we're talking about UK and the UK scene here, and I think what this leads to is it leads to a problem of local scenes being able to find new people. Cause back in the day, I'd say that like I've been playing for 5 years, and back in the day, what would happen is you would be like, "Oh, I really like melee. I want to see if there's any melee tournaments going on around my area." You would then go find the EU Discord, the UK Discord,
Or
because it
go
was
on
linked to
Facebook.
it was linked to the UK Facebook. You find your scene. That scene has a sub Discord for itself. Bish bash bosh, you're good. Facebook's dead.
Yep.
Who the fuck uses Facebook anymore? How do we get people? How do we get new people into the scene? And how is this kind of more fractured and split scene where everyone has their own Discord, which is kind of more of a private friend group for the scene, hurting it? And
Yep.
I'm not saying that you can't have them and we need to delete all of these Discords. God no, that's a terrible idea. But how do we get a new hub? Or do we need a new hub? Or how do we revive UK Melee?
Yeah, like there was a perfect sweet spot um between probably the start of where Slippy came out ish, or maybe probably a bit before when it was still on Netplay and stuff, where people were still really
Yeah.
active in their own private discords, but there was still a lot of at least social interaction happening on UK Melee and places like that. But now it's kind of stuck,
Yeah.
and it's really weird. It's really like weird to solve it because like you
Yeah.
have one, like how do you get into the you can't like find, as you said, find the scene is harder now because you have to like search out for like a Discord stuff, which means that you have to like Google Discord stuff, which I don't know if anyone really does that.
It's
And
hard
then
to find. There is like a directionary
yeah,
for all of the Discords, but it's
oh,
hard to find.
yeah, and even if they do, like but they'll probably end up getting routed to EU Melee and then
Hmm.
probably just staying there instead of like going through EU Melee. Is there? I might fuck with a little minute, but I'm just gonna double check something in EU Melee if there is like a channel that links to regional discords. Oh yeah, no, there is a find your scene section, so that's good. But then it's like it requires people to actively like search out their scenes and stuff through like going through EMLA, noticing the channel there, going through that, and then going through UKMLA again when no one talks there. It's like they go to
Hmm.
UKMLA, they don't see anyone talking, they'll just go back to EMLA because there's just way more active people there.
Hmm. Yeah, and I'm not saying this like I think that one I part of this problem does stem from not just the individual, but we need to find a reason for people to want to use UK Melee again.
Yeah.
How do we get people to use it again? Because once Slippy came along and everyone could just hop on and rank, they didn't have to find a code. And if you don't like playing against someone, you can't just quit out. Because like, did you ever play with fucking net play where you're like, oh my god, I get to play online, and then you look for like 10 minutes to find someone,
hmm
fucking someone messages you and they just play the most annoying, depressing way ever, and you're like, well, I can't just leave. That's kind of rude.
Yeah, like you stay on for a little bit at least, and then
Hmm.
as well you also had like you had the chat function, so you could like
Yeah.
even if like where we had chat on there and you had like people who got in through Anthers where they just like link Discords and stuff, so it's really easy for people to get in through there. But Anthers is dead and there's no open chat function on Slippy. So
Potentially for the better, personally. I think that we shouldn't add a chat function to Slippy.
yeah, I think maybe we should have maybe an optional one that you can turn on,
Hmm.
but most people probably won't turn it on.
I do think that something like what Fight K does is good.
Yeah, what you said about Fike could be interesting, but also then just leads to possibly again moderation issues. But it
Yes,
is an
yeah,
open
that's the part.
channel, so it maybe be a bit easier.
Yeah, just this scene feels super, super fractured. Not in like a way that we've all fallen out with each other and we all hate each other, but in the sense that everyone has their own little groups and they keep to themselves, which is perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that. I do that. That's that I do that. And I'm not saying that I'm,
I feel
a
the
worse,
problem
but
here.
I am the problem here. But the thing is that I don't want to use UK Melee at the moment, and I don't know, and I know why, because I already have my own stuff. But I do think that it is a very important thing for players, especially new players trying to find their scenes and trying to find this community. So while it isn't for me, it needs to exist for others.
Yeah, like there's like you can get clued in on a lot of the stuff that you may not like be aware of, or some of the culture behind some things which can like help you feel a bit more included. And like even like the recent addition of Find Your Scene to UK Melee, I think is been a good thing for a lot of local scenes because a lot of people just
Yes.
filtered themselves through a lot. But it
Mm.
also means that like that people are just now filtering themselves just through UK Melee and they're not actually using it. We need to like people probably would like be fine with interacting and using it, but there needs to be someone there to interact with on the other side, and there isn't that right now. And it's the question is how do we get it back? That's kind of really awkward.
It
I'm
is a
not.
very awkward. It is a very awkward position. It is a very, very awkward position. And I think what I want to kind of close this section out with, or not even close this section out with, but to kind of encompass what I wanted to talk about is that Slippy has made it so fucking easy to play Melee. So easy. Insanely easy. That's
Mhm.
a good thing. That is always a good thing. That allows more people to get into the game and play the game and enjoy this amazing, amazing game. But with this accessibility comes a disconnect of the community because you don't need the community anymore to play the game.
Yeah, I think
You
as
don't.
well. Like, sorry to cut you off. But at least I could be wrong here, but from my sort of point of view, like as well, if you're a sleepy kid, you're coming in, you're coming in and getting better at the game just for yourself, a lot
Mhm.
of the time, and you're playing just to get better, and you don't really like sort of think about the vibes and the IRL and stuff like that that much, because you only just care about getting better for yourself. And
Mhm.
there's not really many places. It's only like pretty much the private discords that usually have a lot of those vibes and stuff that you can like sort of start to come to stuff for the social
Mhm.
aspect, which is a massive part of why the UK scene was going for so long because the social aspect was so good. Most people only played for the social aspect,
Yeah.
and I think that making UK Melee a bit alive again will make some people, or at least the new people, more either possibly more aware of it, so they're more likely to like get into it and it just makes for a better cycle, I think, than just like people just coming in just for grindy slippy, and then once they're done
Yeah.
out the tournament, they go home, they fuck off, they're
Yeah.
never interacting with the scene.
And is that what we want? No, we don't want that. What we want is a community where you don't just come to play the video game. You come to talk to people, hang out, make friends, and make memories. And that's what I feel like a big part of Melee is.
Yeah,
Is I genuinely believe that if the scene I had joined when I started out playing Melee wasn't as inclusive and as lovely and as welcoming as the Sheffield scene, I would not still be playing.
yeah, I like totally the same. Like, especially because a lot of the people coming in are children. Like,
Yeah, they're kids
it,
now. They're the age of people getting to melee is actually no, never mind. It's the
no,
exact same. The people getting in are the exact same age as when I started playing, which was
yeah,
16.
they're getting in really young. Like, and where like although it may not have been a good thing at times, like where like there aren't many scenes where you could just I could go into Liverpool like regionals as a and some events like that as like a 15, 16 year old and hang out with a bunch of like 20-year olds like
Mm.
where else does that happen? I'd just be completely calm and chill and like I don't really like as much I don't get to enjoy the social aspect outside of melee with them because obviously I'm a
Exactly. Yeah.
child. I still
Yeah.
feel like really included and like really with these people at the event
Yeah.
because I play the
And
same game as them.
yeah, you play the same game as them. You have a thing in common. You have this common thread between you two, and that is definitely something that I think is important. Is that we need to be able to have people come in come to these tournaments. They find out about a tournament somehow. They come in, they have a good time, and they want to explore the community more. They need a place to go to, which used to be UK Melee.
Yeah,
Now it's EU. Now it would be EU Melee, but that's huge. You're comparing. the United Kingdom to the entirety of Europe.
Yeah,
Fucking
and it's like
insane.
it's a lot of it's a different vibe I think as well to what UK Melee was because
Hmm.
EU Melee tends from what I see is mostly talking just about Melee where UK Melee the amount of times that I saw fucking arguments in debate about how many chimps could Gymshark take in a fight is ridiculous. And social
It's
just talking about the most random shit ever.
it definitely felt just kind of like a server of people and not a server of people talking
And
about
not several
Melee.
players.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good way. It was a server of people, not a server of players. It felt more personal. It felt more open, and it felt like people were just there because they enjoyed talking to people.
Yeah.
And,
And
and
I'm like, if it wasn't for that, it wasn't for that and the Alchemy Museum, I wouldn't be around for as long as I was, and it wouldn't have made like stuff like even with lockdown and stuff like that, I very much enjoyed my time there because I had all of the people I made friends with through Smash who I could just talk to and play with constantly throughout those 2 years, and it made things super enjoyable for me,
hmm
and I was like perfectly calm with it.
yeah, I
It's
mean,
it's the best part about UK Melee.
yeah, it's the best part, and it also comes from. I don't want to feel like I'm looping around in circles, but I definitely feel like I I miss the whole idea that the way people would get into Melee was they would talk to their friends and they'd be like, "Do you want to play? We've been playing Melee, or we've been playing Smash 4 and we want to try Melee." And
Yeah.
then they'd be like, "Let's go to a local." It's like a hour train away. They go to the local, they get their asses kicked, then they just go home. They find out about the Discord, they talk, they play. I definitely feel like I have got some rose tinted glasses on for 5 years
Oh
ago.
no, like
Uh,
that's how it was. Like it's not even just like searching up on your own. When you go to the venue and you're just talking to people there while you're just like waiting for a game or whatever, you
mm,
you get into like Facebook. The reason I was into the Northwest Facebook is because the TOs I talked to at the first like Gamescom I went to, which had like a melee tournament there, got me into the Facebook, and
hmm
then that's how I went through the scene through that. Like people just like getting you in through that way without even thinking about it too much
hmm
is like
Yeah,
such a big part.
and it definitely felt like there was this. You would go from one thing to another, and that's how most people dealt with it. But now it feels like what happens is that you have, and honestly, this sounds like I'm making fun of it, but I'm not, because the fact you can do this is insane. Is that you would watch videos on Melee, you would download Melee, and then you can just play Melee.
Literally, like I
Like
was
it's insane. It's insane.
Yeah, I was talking. There was someone who got into the Southwest Discord very recently who said they literally picked up the game a week ago and downloaded it because they saw it in like Ludwig's podcast. I was like, huh? Like,
It makes no
that's
sense.
supposed to
It
say
makes no
thing to
sense.
me.
And that's sick. That's sick. I love it. More people are getting into Melee, but I feel like there's no place for them.
Yeah,
That's
and
the best way I can describe it. There's more people, and there's nowhere for them to go.
they like there's nowhere for them to go, and they need to like know that they're coming in, and a lot of it is just for the vibes and just hanging out. I don't feel
Yeah.
it's nearly as like when I think of competing in melee now, a lot of it is more about the first thing I think about is improvement and stuff.
hmm
I don't really think about maybe we're talking about vibes and stuff like that. Like Fate will be a really good one for that, I think,
Oh,
because
Fate's gonna be so great.
because Fate is literally for vibes. Like
hmm
although people are
Yeah.
attending it, like it's
I
entirely
mean,
for vibes, which will be
won't that
really good.
be your first multi-day tournament?
No, HF
Over
Lands,
the oh yeah, yeah. Well,
but
it'll be your first UK multi-day tournament, won't
yeah,
it?
it'll be my first probably super major. I don't know if it's super major, but.
I probably wouldn't class it as it's probably a
It's
major.
300. It's 300 forward. It's like it's a lot more than. Um.
It's 300 at the moment.
Yeah. It was a lot more than HF LAN. HF LAN was like 150 or something like that. I think 150
Yeah.
200. But like it'll be the biggest home I've gone by far. And also like I remember looking back on trying to look at Fate and stuff way back like when first Fate happened and when AFI was happening,
hmm
being like I so want to be here. And I've waited, but my ass has waited 5 or 4 years, and now I'm going.
I was I went to Air 4 when I would have been 1 second. Let me do the maths here. When was
Oh
Air
god,
4?
F4. That's Jesus. That.
F4. I was 16.
Well, you were 16 about that. Damn.
I was 16. I was 16 when I
I
went to
remember a little
F4.
16-year-old nap.
I'm not sure if I was even supposed to be there. I ain't gonna lie.
Probably not, bro.
And then I went to F5 as a 17-year-old. So
And then Fate, you were 18.
I
I
think
think.
I was 18, and then I'm going to be 21 for Fate
Bro, you're so old.
2.
I remember you fucking in Genesis 2 or whatever. It's like, just like you just like finished college or whatever, just secretly drinking your fucking rum, your Jack Daniels in the corner of the venue.
I'm 21.
Give me advice on what I should do for college after I finish my GCSEs. And now you're 21, bro.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm a grown ass man.
that's
But
fucked up.
yeah, I kind of want to close out this section. Is there anything else major you want to talk about?
Um, I ideas for how to try and make it back. I think I'm
Hmm.
I'm not too sure of how to do it. I'm trying to maybe think of maybe try and do some sort of event with UK Melee, like some sort of cruise or something again. Because I remember the cruise during COVID was like super hype and like we're really vibey, but I don't know how.
They were very fun. They were
I
very
don't know
fun.
how exactly did work out. Uh, but besides from that, like I I need to think of a way to like try and start more conversation or something that like that will make more people respond or like it's not as much even getting a response once, it's like getting continued response. Like, I getting people continuing to come back and saying stuff, which is the
Yeah,
issue. Because you can get them there for one time, but it's keeping them there, which I think is sort of which
it's
I'm confused
it's
on.
it's about keeping them in. You gotta get them in a loop. You gotta keep them coming in and
Yeah,
out, coming in and out.
and uh, I'm not entirely sure how to do it. I I've tried speaking with people, and they also are kind of a bit confused how to do it,
Hmm.
and it's really weird to solve. Because it will take a long time, I think. It will take a
Yep.
long time of consistent effort to try and get
Yep.
it to nearly back where it was. And
Yep.
that happens for a lot of local scenes as well. Like, I imagine, like, besides from, like, probably Bournemouth, Brighton, London, like, other scenes will have to build up sort of like that again. Like Midlands has to do it, I think, a fair bit. And it takes a lot of time, and it's a lot of investment.
Right. It's a long, slow process to make people want to be there.
Yeah. And it's just a lot of effort, I think, as
Mm-hmm.
well. Like, and but there has to be some sort of way to make it work.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know.
at the moment, maybe I just don't have a way to make it work. Personally, I think the best thing we could do is we just get people to. It needs a reason to be used, and at the moment, there's no reason to use it.
Yeah, it's
Like,
even for like at minimum, I think like if you maybe people use it, it'll help tournaments in general because people will like be more active in this. They can just like go to tournament channels and just see what tournaments are on a lot more, and people like remember that's a thing.
mhm,
I think that will help it. Like it will help a lot. It'll help tournaments as well once UK Melee comes back a bit because it's easier to find stuff. Right now, if you want to find tournaments, like you have to basically find them on Twitter or hope they're posting your local Discord. I think
yep,
a lot of them are posting UK Melee, but people just forget that fucking thing exists.
mhm, yeah.
So it'll help so much.
I haven't used that shit in ages. I have not used that shit in ages. So
Yeah, I
we'll,
think.
we'll have to see what happens with it. Um, Personally, I think that we're just going around in circles at the moment.
Yeah,
But
I think we.
I think we need to move on to the next
Yeah.
thing. But I wanna say that the scene's fractured at the moment. Everyone's in their own little bubble, and that makes it hard for people to find the community because everyone's kind of in their own little groups.
Hmm.
We need to figure out a way to make the community feel like a community again
And
in terms of an online space.
yeah, worst case, it just doesn't help new players come in that much, but at least makes it's so there's more of a community in there for if they do, and also just makes it easier to find tournaments and stuff that
Yeah.
people remember.
Mhm.
All right,
Okay.
moving on
Now,
to
finally
what's
done with that
coming up.
shit. What's coming up? What's next, baby? This is the fun stuff. This is the shit that's kind of fun. Um,
This is it's big stuff because finally a
Athena,
64-man tournament. Well, besides, I
Athena,
know Deadshine was 64-man, but it didn't count.
Jesus
Athena
Christ,
going kind of off.
Athena,
Like
fucking
18 of the
hell,
PR or so, or 16 or
damn,
17 of the PR at this event.
in
Insane.
2 days, 2 days.
64 man. 16 or so of the PR there. Like, it's very fucking stacked.
Okay, well, let's look at the projected. Let's look at the
Well,
projected
let's look at the
bracket.
pools first, I think.
Actually, yeah, let's take a sneak peek at the fucking
Alright.
baby.
A1, J, Okami Dekudon.
Oh,
Mad for Men.
hey, we got Steven Sims in pool one. Put
Oh,
some
wait,
respect
hang
on
on,
his
Steven
name.
Sims.
Yeah, oh god, everyone back up. Everyone
I,
back the fuck up.
I think Steven Sims beating Okami might be the biggest upset of the tournament.
Everyone get the fuck down. Steven Sims in the building.
For real though, I think Okami's pretty set in first place.
Yep,
I
I
think,
agree. I think that we could see a J upset.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like Jez could upset Jay. I think. I don't think Decodon or Moby or anyone else upsets Jay,
Yeah,
but
I
they're
think
they're interesting.
I think we could see 1, 2, and 3 could get mixed around.
Nah,
I think
I
1, 2,
think
and
one is safe, but two and three.
really.
I don't think Okami loses to anyone else.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
That
But
guy's that guy's good as fuck.
I think it's possible. I think it's a possibility.
Maybe on a very sleepy day he gets cheesed,
That's fair. That's fair. That's
but
fair. Yeah.
I generally rate Okami very highly for this.
Paul.
Jez, I think. You go. Jez is sort of really weird to rate, but I think it's very doable for Jez to
Yeah,
beat the
and
upset.
playing last time I played Jez was at Shafted. Seems like he doesn't really have
But
too
then
much motivation for the game anymore. But I don't know if he's been grinding or not. I don't
well,
know what's
he
going on.
went to Myth 2 and beat Kidder.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Okay,
he
then
like
my God.
he just 2-0'd Kidder like fairly like easily I think in pools.
Yeah.
And he don't I think he did okay at Myth in general. The rest of the people in the pool I don't know too much about. Moon I think can maybe do well as well. I think who does Moby play? Puff?
I don't know. I think Moby is a puff.
Icy's Puff. Ugh. Oh no, wait, Moon plays Puff now, so it'll be Puff Ditto. Uh, that goes 50-50 then, I guess. Uh, yeah, I can see Moon maybe beat a Moby. I don't think Don really moves from his spot. I don't think he loses to Moby either.
Okay.
Steven Sims, I think, makes a little bit of a run, but I don't. But I think he like he just beats Dean maybe.
Mhm.
A2. What do I have for
Pull it
A2?
too. I want to see a Bomboni win over Modest. That's what I want to see. I
Bob
want to see.
Tony Body Modest is a very
Yeah.
interesting set.
Honestly, I ain't gonna lie. After Eren, I don't know who the fuck anyone is in this pool.
All right, I don't know any of them either. I know of the top four. I don't
Yeah,
really
I know
know
the top
how good
four.
Shmoo is, but I don't
Yes,
think
but to
Shmoo
be
moved. I think well, Aaron actually no, it's a Marth. Aaron could upset Shmoo.
yeah, Eren could upset Shmoo. I mean, she has got an upset on some kind of shit Marth
Yeah,
recently. I think
two
in
kind of shit
Bournemouth.
Marths before.
Wait, when did I get upset by Eren?
No, brand speed.
Oh, moving on.
Wait, is there an upset there we need to talk about?
Pause. Move on,
Move
move
on,
on,
move
move
on,
on,
move
move
on.
on.
But
Oh,
out of those two can swap. I don't think Aaron maybe goes any lower. But then again, we don't know any of the players.
mhm.
Tony Bomboni, modest. Go either way. Tony Bomboni is the worst player to seed in a bracket, I think, because he's
Yeah, that
either top like fucking 10 in the UK or he's fucking like top 40.
yeah.
Like he has such high variance that he's a really like weird to place. But Tony Modest will be a very good set. He can go either way, I think. And especially Modest is like not great performance at nine. Tony hasn't showed up to anything in ages, but I can see a Tony upset. But I do still favour Adam slightly because Falco Falcon.
I'm excited to see that. That is the one set I want to see streamed. I want to see Modest versus Bomboni. If Shay hears this, Get that on stream. I want to see some
Oh,
fucking
it'll be on
swing
stream. It'll be
action.
on stream.
I want to get some swinging action. Okay, on to pool 3. This is the
Oh,
big one. This is the big one.
juicy, juicy. We
This
got
is,
GG tie.
yeah, Gigi and Ty. I am very excited to see that. Oh,
I am too.
we got Big Mac in that pool as well.
You got Big Macs.
Big
I don't. I know of Perry and Big Macs. I don't know how good they are. I don't know of
Yeah,
Grapes. Shayla Meme King could maybe go either way, but I think
yeah,
Shayla's probably favored, like
yeah,
fairly clearly. I don't think neither of them. I don't think gets close to Ty or GG right now.
yeah.
But
Ty,
Ty and GG is either way. I think 50-50.
the big match in that pool is Ty and Gigi, and I'm putting it down right here that it's either going to be a 3-0 from Gigi or a fucking slobber knocker game 5 with Ty winning.
I look. No, I see it a little bit different. I see a 2-0, a clean 2-0 from Ty, or I see a slobber knocker where either of them win. Probably GG. I think I don't think GG has it in them to just destroy Ty unless they're playing kind of off.
Hmm.
I think Ty is very good against floaties. That is very
Like,
exciting to see. A4. Who we got A4?
who you got in it for?
A.
Is that looking juicy? Is that looking juicy? This is looking like a pretty standard.
It's an
Nothing.
interesting pool. Like
I, I,
Mordo doesn't lose to Nebs, I don't think. I
I
think
think it
Coral
could.
Nebs could be interesting.
I think Coral Nebs could be interesting. Definitely, if any upset is going to happen in pools, I think that Coral over Nebs would be possible.
Yeah, that, I was
Coral,
considering for a second the slight chance Coral beats Mordo, but no, I don't.
yeah,
No, never mind.
Coral needs to hit up Breedable Brad for a little bit of pracky.
Oh no. Speaking of another famous UK player that's in this pool, Nadia as the
Nadia in that
last
pool.
seed.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah,
Wait, hold on.
Nadia's in. That was the last seed.
Wastoid, okay. R.I.P.
Yeah,
Nadia.
you have a Falco, a Ganon, a Luigi. It's over for you. I think a
Pause.
Sheik or
It's over.
something. Yeah,
Doesn't Nadia play
I don't think.
Fox?
Yeah, she plays Fox,
Ah,
but she
mad.
doesn't play. I don't think.
Yeah, she's too busy making art and shit.
Yeah,
Okay, Pool B1.
must be one.
This one is okay. This is mad because why is Stylus seeded under?
He's going Pichu.
Oh, is he? Oh, Pichu Stylus.
He's
Okay,
going
okay, never mind.
entirely Pichu until Fate, I believe.
Okay, that's completely
Mm.
fair.
Yeah, it's sad. But let's see. Soup could maybe beat Verge. I don't know how good Verge's Fox has gotten now, but
Hmm.
maybe.
Is Virgil playing
Verge
Fox?
Verge are playing Fox now, I believe, yeah.
That's my guy. That's my guy.
Verge can maybe Silas I think can maybe lose to Verge, but I think Silas could also beat Verge. I don't think there's no shot I see Ica losing to Silas. Neither Midori or
Mm,
Prof.
yeah,
I think
I think
Ica Midori is interesting.
Ica Midori. I could see an Ica win.
I could see
I
it.
could.
It's Ganon Puff. What a
Yeah,
matchup.
that's gonna be a
That's
fucking.
a slobber knocker.
You're gonna be slobbing and knobbing.
Yeah, that's just swinging the forward air and the back air constantly, and then Prof is sleeping through this pool as usual. But I'm very hyped. If they get like Prof Midori on stream, I'll be upset. That'll be
I would.
fucked up.
I like to see that. Okay,
Oh,
next one.
B2,
Ooh,
interesting.
mad one. This is a big one because I could see. Oh my god.
Skips has a rough pool.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, Skips. I feel so bad for you, fam.
This is why Skips on his Joker Rock right now.
Yeah.
This
Honestly, no, Skips, you got this. But if you get upset, do not feel bad. This is
yeah,
such a hard pull.
that's a completely fine upset. Losing to fucking Kidder of all people is fine. It's
Yeah,
Sheik and it's
honestly,
Kidder.
it's fucking yeah. Honestly, I'm saying that like I want to see. 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 I want I want to see Kidder beat Max. That's all I'm saying. That's
Nah,
gonna happen.
it's not gonna happen now.
I'm putting £500 on Kidder
No,
beating
Max
Max.
is
If
probably gonna
anyone,
go fucking Fox something and destroy Kidder.
anyone
You
taking
know
it,
what I want to see? I want to see Booba beat Kidder.
Boobar beat Kidder.
I,
Honestly, I played Boobar in the Lost Soul Showdown stuff. He's a
Booba's
lot better
very
than I.
good.
Yeah, he's a lot better than I thought. For
Yeah,
some reason, I
Booba's a
didn't think.
sleeper.
Yeah,
He's,
like I was like,
there's potential for Booba to make some work in Kidder. I would still favorite Kidder, but I think there's chance. I don't know how much Kidder's been practicing and
mhm,
how good they are sort of now. They're really unknown right now. I think like in terms of like how good they are.
mhm,
So I can maybe see an up Booba win. Skips, Skips are gonna like Skips Booba could maybe also be a little bit hard. I think they probably play each other a lot, maybe 4 quarters, but I could be wrong.
mhm,
Oh, I know that Booba used to go 4 quarters. I don't know if he still goes,
mhm.
but that will be that's a brutal pool for
Yeah, that
anyone.
is that. That's a death pool. That's the one I'm keeping my eyes on.
Yeah, if I would never want to be in this pool ever.
Yeah. Next one, we have our guy, Little Chief, in
What?
the pool. How
Yeah,
are you feeling about this?
this
Manula?
is this is a three math pool with
Who is
Manuela is a
who?
Fox player who's actually pretty solid, old school.
Okay.
Um, Manuela, uh, I don't know, let's talk first up. I think me and Shoes, although I've had a record over Shoes of just I haven't like dropped a set in regionals since COVID. I think Sean can still very much easily beat me if I'm not playing great or if he's playing really well. I think that can go very easy way. Probably like 60-40 in my favor at best. But me Shoes will be an interesting match to watch.
Yeah. I
I see Manuela possibly beating Shoes maybe
I can see Manula
because it's
beating
a
Shoes.
Fox into
I could
Shoes.
see I could see Nomad beating Manula potentially. I
Mm,
think
yeah,
Nomad's rated a little bit low.
yeah, I think like Manuela can maybe beat Shoes just purely on the fact that Shoes isn't that great into Fox and also like it's yeah, I just think Fox can just do it sometimes. I think Slipsy, I don't know too much about. All I know is I believe they're a math player from Brighton, who I think Nomad could probably fairly easily take out. I think
Mhm.
I think I can see a world where Nomad beats Manuela. I think there's maybe the tiniest world where Nomad beats Shoes, but I don't think so. But it's besides from them, I don't really know how good the rest of the people are. But this is a very like it's a very it's a pool that can go anywhere. It can go in it. There's a lot of like I could get second, Shoes could get first, Shoes could get third. Like there's a lot of upset potential in this pool, which will make it very exciting to watch. I think the key
Yeah.
matches probably are Me Shoes, Manula Shoes, Nomad Slipsy
Yep.
are probably the key
Very
sets.
yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited to see that one.
Pool
Uh
B4.
Pool B4, the last one. This one
It's a very I actually this pool is interesting.
I'm saying that we could see. I'm okay. What I'm gonna say is R23 is gonna keep the top spot. I don't think R23 is gonna lose that top spot,
Yeah,
but
I can see how
I
dropping a game at
genuinely
best.
could see 2 to 4 going any fucking way.
Yeah.
Oh shit! They got 2,000 bloods in this.
Yeah,
Oh my
2K
god!
blunts.
I have not heard of that man in a
That guy's been to
hot minute.
everything recently. He's been to all
Damn,
this stuff.
he back? He back?
Yeah, 2K blunts is back. But I don't see
Okay.
Ivy dropping below third. I don't think Ivy loses to butt nose. But
Mm,
you
I
into butt nose.
I could
What a
see.
matchup.
I could see you were losing to Buttnose
I
and
could see him
Ivy.
purely
I think,
losing to butt
I
nose on
think that
tilt.
Ivy is just gotten so good so quick, and if Ivy does the right preparation, Ivy is could come out in second.
Yeah, Ivy can come out second. I think Ivy can, at very best, take maybe a game off for Sleepy R23. I don't think Ashley is entirely safe, but I think Ivy can beat Yo. I don't think Ivy loses to anyone else. I think Buttnose might get her tilted a bit, but I think she'll just beat Buttnose besides from that. But either you would go either way. There's a slight chance Buttnose upsets UO purely
Yeah,
on Marth Peach, UO hating that matchup, Buttnose being very tilting to play. 2K Blunt can maybe beat Buttnose, possibly.
yeah. I
2K,
mean, let's
2K Blunt is good.
let's go into the fucking
Let's go
bracket.
to the
Let's look at the
bracket.
projected. So
I'm not entirely
assume,
sure if the projected is correct yet because I believe that there's some double jeopardy shit and I don't know if they're fixing it. Like me and
okay, okay,
Shoes, all the seed one and seed twos are seeded to play round four losers.
okay. That's not good. That's
So
not
I'm not
good.
entirely
Maybe.
sure. But if we'll just go off what it is right now. So round one, Prof Decadon, Prof. Skips Ivy. S- that assuming Ivy doesn't make any upsets. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. If you don't want to hear about if you don't want to hear about projected, now's time to leave and come back in like 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, I'd say
Skips
come about in 20 minutes to see what
Skips
happens.
Ivy. If Ivy doesn't make an upset, Skips Ivy is. If Ivy doesn't make an upset and Skips doesn't get upset, like Skips Ivy is a very interesting match.
Yeah, I really, really want to see Skips Ivy potentially. That's the one I'm. That's a matchup I really want to see happen.
You know what
Cause
I think's the most interesting about it as well? I think whichever way it goes, it's interesting because it could be Skips Uo or it could be Ivy Kidder, stuff like that. Like no matter which combination you get, it's an interesting matchup. I think.
okay,
Like either way, I think it's very much up to debate. Like
mhm,
who could take it, and then they go into Prof. Sad.
yeah, very, very big. Prof. Oh, Frenzy is not at said this tournament. I've just realized.
He dropped out very recently, so that's
Damn.
why Marty isn't coming either. But yeah, no,
Okay.
I he dropped out. I assume it's maybe some burnout issues, and I wouldn't be surprised. That man has been entering fucking everything like an idiot for the past like few months, which easily burn anyone out. Or at least I assume that's the reason. Uh, Below that, Coral Ty. I think Ty kind of wipes the floor with Coral. I can maybe see Coral taking the game, but I think Ty probably clean takes that.
Could see a little bit of a slobber. We could
Yeah,
see them fucking
I,
slapping each
I,
other about.
one of them's on the cheeser box. I can see it.
Yeah, we got a fucking cheater in the building. Someone grab a magnet and run it around his box.
Yeah, just someone get a little cheeky little magnet. Uh, let's see. R23 Blue Bar, R23 every single day of the week. Uh, Jay Iker. Ooh, that's a spicy one.
Wait, hold up, wait a minute. Wait for Jane Iker.
That's a
I,
50-50.
wait. What's the record between those two? I
I
swear to
think
God.
Jay has taken the majority, but I think it's always been very close.
Seriously, I'm very excited to see that. I want to see an Alfie W against it,
Yeah,
but I'm not saying anything. I'm not gonna put any hexes on it, but it's something I would like to see.
yeah. Modern Moon
But if
King.
it doesn't happen, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, Modern Moon King. A wash.
Yeah.
Shoes. No, Shmoo's not my pool name, man. Shoes, Shmoo, Shoes, or it could be Shmoo, me, uh,
Goodness.
Max, yeah. Midori, Mad for Men.
Oh,
Interesting.
I think that could be go either way. That's a
Yeah,
50-50.
I, I,
I think I think we could potentially see a very interesting.
Jez can have an interesting run here.
We could see a really, really interesting of like maybe we could see a Tony Bomb. I want to see Tony Bomboni in losers semis actually, or maybe even losers finals. I am a huge Bomboni fan.
Tony
I
Bomboni
will,
loses aren't scary. I would not want to play
yeah,
against that.
Mr. Bomboni when he's on. Oh my god.
Yep. G Snugs, GG. Manula, Tony
Yeah,
Bomboni, I think Tony Bomboni easily.
yeah.
Silas Pichu, Okamid.
Our guy Max has that.
Uh, Tony Bomboni, oh no, Silas Pichu, Omid, fairly standard. Yo Kidder,
Yeah.
interesting one back, or possibly Ivy Kidder, or whatever way you want to put it.
Hmm.
Very interesting match. Me, Aaron, could be potentially interesting. If given recent history, probably not, but there's always potential.
Mhm.
Nebula, Chayla, I think that's just Nebs pretty cleanly, I think. Um, do you reckon we should go? Yeah, we'll go around, go do all of winners, then go into losers. I think might be the
I mean,
play.
like every single match in winners.
Maybe just look at all the interesting ones, but go
Just
through
yeah,
winners
just
first.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
Fucking hell, every single match that would take ages.
Modest Tie. a run
That
back.
could go either way. I
A
would
little,
really like. That's very exciting to see
I
who's gonna make.
yeah.
Is Modest gonna be able to make the adaptations from last time, or is Ty just gonna continue to steamroll him?
Yep, I can see that. Shoes Moto not gonna be probably interesting. If I somehow end up there, that could be an interesting set.
Max
Max,
Madari. I I really want to see Bomboni GG. I
Tony
love
Bomboni's good.
Falcon Puff. That is one of my favorite matchups to watch. And
I believe Tony Bomboni is down. It hasn't beaten GG last season. I don't think.
okay,
I
that's
think
interesting.
I think GG kind of had Tony Bomboni's number
Yeah.
for a bit, which is very interesting to think about. And then me
Omi Duo.
no,
mm,
me Nebs. That's
Uh,
wait, is
you
Brandon
could
not
get
coming?
yeah. Brandon.
Dodge
Brandon's
speed.
not. Was he supposed to?
Wait, but I was supposed to play Brandon round two. Fucking dodge
Oh,
speed.
jeez,
I was
Louise.
trying to mess that guy for housing. Oh fuck's sake! I thought
Oh.
I thought housing after this. Oh
Oh my
no!
god. Ah! This
Oh
is amazing.
no!
I love this.
Me
You got
Nebs. That's a complete toss up.
yeah.
Very easily.
I think you need to watch my set versus Brad back real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck off, fuck off. I got John Ryan lessons. We'll see how it goes. I think that's very 50-50. Maybe slightly
Mhm.
Neb's favor right now. Look into the next set.
I mean, you versus Obi. I think I don't know how well you do against.
I think especially now that I've gotten a lot better against Pika. I think recently, or since we last played. Like
Yeah.
generally, it's like he kind of washes me, but it's like not a complete wash half the time. There's usually
Yeah.
like quite a few like scrappy games,
Yeah.
so that
I
could
mean,
very much go either way. But it's
yeah.
a fair bit Obi in favored, I think.
Yeah.
Max GG sleeper. R3 more though. That's a run back from Clash of Kongs, I believe,
Mhm.
where R23 beat Mordo. So that's a very interesting set to watch. That go either way. Prof Modest sleeper, Prof R23 sleeper, Max
Yeah.
Omi sleeper,
Prof
Prof
Max, very,
Max.
very exciting. I'm
Prof Max,
really
brain
excited.
turned on.
Are we gonna see Max or are we going to see fucking Mr. Clean? That's the thing.
I hope we see Max. I hope we see Max. I don't want to see Mr. Clean. I want to see Max's Sheik do well. I enjoy watching Max's Sheik. He's very fun to watch.
I do think Max's Sheik is the most fun to watch in the country.
Probably, yeah.
Mm.
Losers.
Losers, what's the interesting shit in losers?
Round
Uh,
one.
I'd
Boomer
say, I'd
Ica,
say,
maybe?
yeah, Poopa Ica can go either way. Uh, Butt
Meme,
Nose Mad for Men. I can't wait to see that. I
meme,
love Butt Nose.
meme King Shmoo, that could go either way, I think. Uh, Kid of Silas Beach. What a set. Shayla ECS.
Oh,
What
what?
again? No,
What?
that's the modern day Neplo Chief.
Yeah, that's
That's
fucked up.
that's fucked
That's
up.
fucked up.
Round two. Nebs Ivy. I think Nebs cleanly.
Yeah, I don't think Ivy can really
They
do
don't have the
anything
matchup
against that.
experience. Plus,
Yeah.
like Nebs has done really well into Max in the past, and it's very good to Cheek. UL Coral, that's an interesting set. Especially like I think Coral, I believe, had UO's number a little bit while
hmm
on Falco, but on Fox, that's an interesting story. I see where that goes. Talking about Boni Ica, it's been a
I
good run,
think
Ica. I'm sorry.
I think it's been a good run, Alfie, but you know it has
But
to end somewhere.
yeah, Shmoo Midori, yeah. Shoes Bad for Ben is is
Fuse
interesting.
bad for men. I think that Sean has that.
I
Actually, no.
I could see Jez making it.
Sean did get ran over by Ari the other day. Well, not ran over. Sean won, but Ari kind of took it close, had a respectable
Yeah.
showing.
And the rest of
Oh,
it, I think is fairly easy. Like Jay, Manula, Ty Kidder, Skip Sheila, all pretty similar. UO,
hmm
Nebs could be interesting, or
yeah,
Coral, depending on it. If it's UO, then they went last game last here at Bunnyhood,
yeah.
so that would be a very interesting set to watch. Tony Bomboni Midori, Tony Bomboni. Choose Jay, I think just choose. I think choose is fine to Falco, I think.
Yeah, I think Jay's got that honestly,
I
potentially.
can see a world where Jay chooses it, but I think
Yeah,
choose. I feel like choose is good into Falco. Ty skips. I think I just skipped Ty. Mordo Nebs. Yeah, Mordo. Oh, this is just a run back. Basically the same thing from Paul. So, Modest Tony, interesting. Meek Shoes, interesting. Ty GG, interesting. Mordo Modest would be a very good set to watch, I think.
Mono Modest is going to be very
As a
fun,
slobber
very
knocker.
fast, very fucking. They're gonna be on the fucking prison yard fighting each other,
Actually, OP.
pulling each other by the hair,
Throwing
pantsing
rocks at
each
each
other,
other.
throwing.
They go for the throat.
That is gonna be a dirty, dirty game, and I'm
Yeah.
all there
And
for it.
Omid Mordo as well is a dirty, scrappy
Mm,
set, I think. Me, GG, it was kind of a wash at Nang. I don't think I
mhm.
played that great. But I think it should be fit. It should hopefully be interesting, at
Yeah,
least. It can
I
go either
do
way,
think
but I think
I
it's
do
GG
want
favored a
to.
bit.
I do want to watch that. That's a northern matchup. It's a classic. It's El
Yeah.
Clasico.
Me R23, GG R23. I think GG wins that. Me R23. I think I get slapped up by R23.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to go about it.
Omid or Mordo into R23.
Mhm.
Interesting. I think it's Omid probably R23. Actually, no. Omid's okay into Cheek, I think. So it could be either way. And then the winner into Max gets washed by Max, then Max Prof again. But yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and I think what we have here is pretty standard. I think it's all going to end in one way.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it's a
Max,
Professor W. I can see Max taking a set. I don't see a Max
yeah,
taking a tournament.
I can agree on that. Maybe Max wins in winners. Maybe Max wins in losers.
I think
But is he winning the tournament? Unless he
yeah.
gets really lucky, I don't think
I
so.
think at minimum the 270s of this is Prof and Max are not dropping to not losing a set to anyone else outside them too.
Hmm.
I don't think either of them can be touched by anyone else. So that's
Yeah.
all of Athena coming up this Saturday.
This
In
Saturday, make sure you tune in. Being streamed by Chase, I
Yep,
believe,
on
Phoenix
Phoenix
Smash.
Smash.
And then after that, it is the Vault.
Yep, it's the Vault. Where was his first regional since
I
COVID's?
I don't think that there is a I don't think there is a bracket for the Vault yet. So
No, there's no bracket because
we'll
this.
just do a
this
quick look over.
yeah,
We'll just do a quick
we'll
look
look at
over.
the attendees. Frenzy, I believe he's actually attending this, so he's
Yeah,
probably gonna
that's good.
slap up everyone. Aiken
That's exciting.
is
Aiken's
Aiken's
a stud.
chaos. Aiken's fucking chaos.
Oh no.
Moensky, a old school player, not very
Fair
good, I
enough.
don't think. So probably fit like standard. Kingu, interesting.
King.
I believe Max and Prof are also going to sign up, but I'm not entirely
Okay.
sure. Um,
Uh,
UO,
you and
as always.
Little Chief, you're the
Me,
TO.
one of the TOs with Fiona and
Pie,
Go.
Pie
Pie's
and
in it.
Mazma.
Pie's a sleeper. Pie
Potentially.
is coming out of the woodworks, and Pie's still very good. He's like Luke, but a little bit worse. Like Pie can cause some chaos. Marzi's a bit on the come up, but yet has yet to
Yeah.
have a win. Coral, oh, it's
Interesting.
kind of like slept on, I think, or like not too known about, but he is very good.
Yeah.
Blip, a new Mark player, okay, not great. Uh, Fiona's doing dubs. Caius or Iceling
I do
is
not know
it's
who this
interesting.
person
They
is.
are a net play fox from North Wales who are actually fairly solid.
Oh, that's good.
They'll be their first tournament IRL, so it'll be
Yeah,
actually very interesting to see
this is
how they do.
I'm sitting out a little bit for this one because this is your scene.
Yeah,
You know
this
more.
I know a lot of people on it. Blackbirds, I believe, is a new school player.
Yeah.
They're pretty meh. Like Ami's player, I think they play Falcon. Bobby, so that Perry Fox player who's been attending a lot of like pizza time stuff, doing okay-ish. Cook, a new Northwest player
Mhm.
or newish. They've been around for a while, but they haven't actually been in the scene. A Peach player. Uh, again, meh. Joe Fish, very
Yeah.
interesting to see.
Joe Fish
He
is
on
the
the
one.
come up, kind
I
of
think he's
giving
gonna.
Midlands the
I think
hands.
I think he's gonna throw some fucking some shit into chaos.
Oh yeah, no, Joe Fish getting seen highly.
Mm.
That guy's been giving Midlands the fucking hands for the past weeks or so. Like Joe Fish can do a lot here.
Joe Fish is
Zenobia,
scary.
Zenobia is I think now Fox player who used to play
Mhm.
Doc and Falcon. Kind of meh again. Layla. a old school Bristol player,
Mhm.
who plays literally pretty much every fucking character in the game, but
Fair enough.
it's
Fair enough. Fair enough.
okay-ish. The very own Naproxen Jack Prue
Woo! Yeah! Woo! Yippee!
seeded to win the tournament, some would say.
I see it to fucking make some bank, baby.
Seeded to make a little bit of bag.
I need to get a
Ari
good.
as
I need to
well.
get a good night's sleep on your fucking airbed the night before. I gotta
I've heard it's
snuggle up.
good. I've heard it's.
I'm
Brandon said it's
gonna.
good.
I gotta get. I'm gonna bring my hot water bottle and bring my teddy down.
He's got to get the whole setup ready.
I'm getting a. Hey, sheep, can I have some milk? I need to get some milk before
I'll get
bed.
you, we'll get you some milk on the way. We'll get you some.
Yes. Put it in the microwave as well. Give me that.
You don't want it in the microwave, bro. You don't want it in the
I can
microwave.
tell. I know that microwave stink
Uh,
bad.
Ari as well. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Ari's
I'm
kind of
excited.
slept on a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah,
Very good
just a little
player.
bit.
Yeah, a little bit hidden boss, but they don't really end so much. They don't really show much. Medley is again kind of meh. South
Mm.
Wales player. I think they were originally Brighton or Bournemouth, but they moved back here, I think. But they're okay. Dex, Bristol player.
Hmm.
Fox
My
player.
guy.
He's all right.
My
Not
guy.
again. Not that great. It's not
Dex is
really.
my guy. I've not seen him in a hot minute.
Yeah,
Miss him.
he's just been kind of attending local Bristol stuff. Really, Ghoul. I know the name, but I can't remember who Ghoul is. I think it's a Luigi. I could be very wrong. Uh,
Yeah, he's a Luigi.
yeah. But besides from that, like it's not very stacked.
Yeah.
I'll base it up. There's the sort of the top 6 or 7 who are kind of like really like. There's a lot of gaps between them. Like there's massive gap. King U Frenzy on their own fucking tier. Me, Icon, massive gap again to
Yep.
like Pi. Like it's very gappy, but there are quite a lot of interesting players you haven't seen around that much.
Oh
Like
yeah, I
Jack
definitely think that
Prue, Ari,
eh,
Geofish, Iceling, Coral, Pi, all potential.
I do think that this is a tournament where we aren't going to see any major upsets. Like
I,
as you said, I think everyone's in their own little
no,
boxes.
to be honest, I think
But
we will see upsets, but I think there will be upsets that you don't know of.
yeah,
Like,
there'll be small
yeah,
upsets.
because like a lot of these people are sort of weird to play because they haven't really attended much IRL. So there'll be a lot of upsets between players you don't know of, but like in the context of the bracket, they'll probably be fairly big. But it's a
Mhm.
very interesting like mid-level tournament. Really, there's not much PR like talent there. There's me, Icon, Frenzy, Kingu, and I believe Max might sign up. So there's like 6 of the PR, but like or like it's like basically 2 groups of PR.
Mhm.
And then there's like not really besides from Pi, Yuo, Coral, and maybe Iceling and Joe Fish, like and you. There are and Ari as well, but there's not that much PR contention
Yeah.
talent around, so it'll be interesting to watch to see a lot of newer local faces or faces you haven't seen in a long time. I think
Yeah,
that'll make it
exciting.
quite interesting to see,
I'm
and
I'm
Wales' first thing back as well.
I'm very excited for the vault. I hope I do very good. That's all I'll say. That's how I'll end this section. I'm very excited, and I'm gonna try my best, and I'm gonna have a good time.
Yep. And the last, should we
Okay.
move on to the last section now?
We'll move on to the last section. This is just a
Right.
small little Q&A
Sh-
with the chat. If anyone in the chat has any questions about us or the podcast or anything about UK Melee, I would prefer if there's anything about like UK Melee or tournaments that you want to ask. I'd be happy to talk about them. See, it's in white. You can't see the white on the white. Yeah. Okay, now we can see what people have been talking about. It seems like yeah, Ewan has been. Oh wait, Ewan's been DMing me on Discord. What's going on? Hmm? Yeah, I want to go to Bunnyhood. I want to try and go to Bunnyhood. It's just I'm moving out of my uni accommodation at that point. Maybe I can make it. Depends on what the deal is. We'll see. Oh no, the thing is, I can't. No, I can't go to either of them potentially. And oh, the people. Oh, Chief, they can't hear you
Shit.
apparently.
I muted myself.
Headlord, Nepgo, I'll be
I,
mad. To Bunny Hood or to fucking to Bunny Hood or to thing, because I am thinking of going to Bunny Hood. It just depends on money and schedule stuff.
yeah,
I
but
want to go.
all right. I'll go
I
on
would
my.
like to go to Scotland. I do need to see my man Stylo again. It's been a
Yeah.
hot minute.
I'll go on my little round that I was on before. Go to fucking. If you're not going Bunny Hood, or go to Bunny Hood or bring the heat. 25th of June, Scotland regional, Scotland monthly hasn't been an open Scotland event in fucking ages. There's so many people around
Oh,
there that you don't know, but Scotland has a big
yeah.
scene, and a very nice
Zon.
scene.
Yeah, Zondi asked a good question. Who are some of the best hidden bosses in the UK? I think that's a really, really good question.
Are we talking about actively playing or not?
I'm saying actively playing because I'm saying Joe Fish. Joe Fish is
Showfish, Stranger
Joe.
SA, I think,
Yeah,
are
I
still
no, I won't
fairly
call him
unknown.
I won't call him a hidden boss.
He
I think
sort of
people
is
know.
because people know a little
I
bit about him, but I don't think the general population they only know him because he appeared in the PR. They don't actually they've never seen him.
I don't think you can call a PR player
Eh,
fucking hidden boss, bro.
maybe I don't know. I think this Jack Prue guy is also kind of a hidden boss. Ari's a little bit
Uh,
of a hidden boss.
yeah, I think Ari's on their way. Ari is on their way.
Ari, Joefish. I think Ivy is also coming up to be a bit of a hidden boss as
I
well.
agree, Ivy. I agree, Ivy.
Not attended any IRO yet, but Frogchip. Well, no, actually no,
Mhm.
Frogchip's very known. Never mind. Uh, Stylo could. No, people know Stylo quite a bit. Uh, who
I wouldn't
else?
say Stylo is a hidden boss. I think people know who Stylo is. They know around where he's going to be placed, and sometimes he makes an upset or two. Sometimes he gets
Yeah,
upset.
yeah.
I think that's just a. I think that's just a player. I think
Yeah.
Stylo's just a
I,
player.
I'm thinking of up and coming players, not hidden bosses.
Yeah.
I think Coral. Me. Well, no, people know of
Yeah.
Coral, but they don't like know
Yeah.
of him in melee.
I
Ma-
don't. I don't
Marzi as
think
well.
that. I think potentially the main hidden boss in the UK is Pi and Joefish.
Yeah, Pyjo Fish and Ari, I think.
Mm.
Wait, there might be some London ones.
I can't
No,
think of any London ones because
no, people know
fuck.
Vance, people know Midori, people know all of them, and Brighton doesn't really have anyone either, I don't think. Uh, yeah, I think it's mainly those few. I think
Yeah.
are the main hidden boss that people don't know about.
Pe-
Obviously the
pe-
old school ones like How or something, but they don't play.
yeah. People in the chat are saying Jacob. That's
Maybe actually,
Braveheart. Is that
yeah,
Braveheart or?
that's Braveheart's new type.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if you sort of count them as a hidden boss, but they went on Lost PR and they haven't been really talked about in ages. Unhaven. People kind
Yeah.
of forgot about Unhaven, but that guy's
I
still
won't
kicking
call Unha.
around.
I won't call it Unhaven.
For a
Isn't he
new
just like
player, I think.
farming?
Yeah, but
I
he
think.
hasn't gone to anything besides Storms, and no, and Storm doesn't really get that much view like
Oh no, he's been
TV.
farming Manchester, hasn't he? He's been
No, he has
farming Crystal Beth Manchester
no, he
locals.
hasn't. He hasn't been to any of them. I don't
Oh,
think.
okay. Good question from Prof. I like this one.
Do I think do I think I get another set legitimately off him? Absolutely not. Do I think I can cheese another set off him when he's playing dog shit? Absolutely yes. That that guy
at
is
least,
waiting to throw
at
one.
least you're fucking honest, bro. At least you're
I am
fucking
nowhere
honest.
near good enough to be taking sets off Frenzy if he's playing anywhere near decent. Even if I'm playing insane, I take games or so. I can never clutch out a set. If he throws massively again, there's potential because he has to. Because like at least with the way Nag went, he was playing pretty bad, but I was playing fairly good neutral and stuff to keep him so it's constantly on edge for him, so he was never like satisfied and could never like regain his composure. And then it just all went to shit in Yoshi's because
Yeah.
but like part of that is because how the set went because I lost game one and then got FOD and then Boundary Land. There wasn't really anywhere for him to go because he either went Yoshi, which is advantage, but it's also fucking Yoshi's against a Marth. Like it's a disgusting stage to play, or he goes like PS, which PS or FD, which are bad for him in theory, and he can't go back to Battlefield because you're a one on that. So and he doesn't want to go FOD because he hates FOD. There's nowhere really for him to go. That's nice. But I don't think I can legitimately take a set off him in the future for a while at least. I'm I'm not even, I'm not even considering even the slight chance that I will, or like even practicing for him. I've never like tried to practice for him. I'm looking for the other Falcons around him that I can more consistently probably take from, because there's no point in trying to look and trying to play for Frenzy. My mind right now is too focused on Modest Mordo Tino right now.
Mhm. I think that was a really good answer. I really like that answer. Respect. Any
Well,
more questions? I think we'll. Do you want to take two more questions and then we're done?
yeah, we'll take two more questions. See
Okay,
what.
two more questions, then we're done.
Uh,
Anyone stepping up to the fucking plate?
we got 15 people in chat. Where are the people?
We got 15 people in chat. You should be fucking racing to type those questions out. And I'm just sat here like a dickhead.
Who are the
Who are the
top four?
top UK maths? Uh, of all time or like
Yeah, all time or in general?
yeah, of all time or in gen or like right now active.
Right now.
Right now. Uh,
I'll probably qualify to speak on like top four. I think.
okay.
I think Brandon is clearly top one.
Mhm.
Regardless of my results through playing Brandon and seeing how he goes, I put Brandon still above me as best math in the UK. Then I think I'm probably second. I
Mhm.
think that's fairly uncontested. Um, and then we get a bit of a confusion between fucking. Well, do we count Fade in this? The question is,
That's a
because
problem. Yeah, I was thinking that. Where's
yeah, because
Fade go?
he's not active, but he's attended like shoot the guns, for example. But he's not attending
I
the monthly. I don't
I
think.
would I would I would I would leave Fade. I would
Yeah,
soft put Fade in there. He's
yeah.
soft in there.
I think Fade might be soft third or fourth. But
Mhm.
like I don't I also have never played him or really seen him play, so I don't know where to put him. But I think he's
Yeah.
somewhere probably around there. Besides
Mhm.
from that, I think third. To be honest, I think third is Icon.
Okay.
As much as Shoes has been doing very well results wise and
Yeah.
stuff, Icon still has that little flair to him that I
Yeah.
think he can just go in and just slap someone up when he attends, but he just hasn't attended.
Fair enough.
I think Shoes has actually been doing very well this season. He's very
Fair.
he beat King in pools. He's beaten uh GG as well. He's done fairly well this season. And it looks like he's coming back a bit, which is nice to see. But I think he's clearly like I think he's clearly a little bit a step below Icon. He's more consistent than Icon easily,
Yeah.
but I think Icon has way higher peaks than Sean right now.
Okay. That's fair.
That's top four. So the fifth
Yeah.
Marth. Tanky is nowhere to be found, so I'm not going to count
Yeah.
him. I think uh, it might have to be UNEP. I think.
Yeah. I feel like Drake right now doing a little dance. I feel like doing a little fruity dance right now.
As much as I think you're really good, I kind of don't want to put you in at the same time because there's just not enough active Marths really, which is really annoying.
Yeah.
Like I think you deserve it fully, but like it's
Hassan, Hassan's like who's sick? Who is sick? Is it me?
who is sixth? That's
Oh,
good.
it's
Oh wait,
Stride or
actually,
Swish? Swish,
Swish
Swish.
maybe. Yeah.
Oh, Swish above me. Wait,
No,
no.
Swish is sixth. You're fifth.
Yeah,
So so you be above her.
yeah.
Um.
Who's seventh? Then is it Hassan?
No, it's not. I don't think SSR.
Okay,
Yeah. I think Swish is
okay.
probably better than
I
Hassan.
think we have the last question,
Yeah.
which is
The
actually the
Prost
best.
question is interesting.
This is a really good question. Didn't Prof say he wants to have? Didn't you say you want to have
It's
10
either this
years,
season or
10,
10
10
years.
years at one, 10 years at one? Which how long before that is 10
I
years?
think it's next season. Like confirm with us if we're right or wrong, but I think 10 years is next season. If I'm correct, and you're staying till then, or that's your plan at least.
Yeah,
No, because he was top 10 in 2013 in 2012, I think. Wait, what?
2024 early, I
Oh,
think, but might be next year. So let's go
I
for
think it's
20.
next year because I
Let's
swear it's 2013. I
let's
think.
say let's just say 2013. So next season,
Yeah,
Prof.
next this season,
If
I don't think I no shot. I think
okay,
unless Frinzy goes the most insane run of his life for the rest of the season, I don't think I think he doesn't beat you here. I don't think you either outplaces you. I think you're pretty much solidly fit for this season to be number one.
hmm
I think Frenzy could even go third this season with the way the season's kind of gone.
very scarily, that might be the
Yeah,
case.
because King been doing very well, but he's also got upset. Max is also doing very well. Like it's kind of scary for Frenzy right now. But this season you've got to unlock. Next season,
Mm,
uh,
That's the worry, is that do Frenzy and Kingu get better?
No, I think
Or
they get better. It's the question is how much does Frenzy step it up? I think how much does
yeah.
Frenzy, Kingo, and Max step it up? Because I
Mhm.
can see very much next season it being a fight for all of them. The
Yeah.
Prof bringing up Goo Wave sets, what a
Goo
classic. You're cheating the
Goo Wave.
controller, bring it up
Goo
once
Wave.
again.
Yeah. Fucking Goo.
Yeah,
Goo
yeah,
Wave
the
is
Goo
the
Wave
old.
sets. No one cares about the Goo Wave
That
sets,
shit's
bro.
so broken. I hate Goon Waves. I
It's so
hate Fob.
fucked
I
up.
hate Box. I just want to play Melee.
Exactly, that's what I want to hear. Yeah, I can see a world where you don't make first, but I think it very much depends how the rest of the season goes. 'Cause I think if Kingu Max have to level up a lot this season to be able to like considerably contest you for next season. I think like because if you want to contest Prof, you have to do it the entire season. You
Yeah.
can't come in the rest of the season and then somehow like snipe a lot of better wins in the later half and outplace Prof. It's like nearly impossible to do that unless you like go to America and get top 10 wins or something. It's not
Yep.
happening. So you
Yep.
have to consistently challenge Prof the entire season. Kingu and Max are looking scary to do that.
Yeah.
I think like if they level up a lot more this season, next season is going to be a bit. I still favorite a bit to Prof. Currently how things are going, but I can see very much a world where Kingu, Max, Frenzy are all fighting for that spot. Because I think Frenzy will bring it back next season a lot, and he'll pick it up the rest of season this season as well. But like there's going to be a four-way tie, I think, a little bit, or you're going to be scrapping between each other. None of
Mhm.
you are ever going to be safe from like being in one safe spot, I think.
I think that what we'll see is we'll see Frenzy and Prof still solidly hold that number 1 and number 2 spot,
Um, really?
but we will see them drop more sets to Max and Kingu.
I'll be honest. Right. Well, going with how things are now, I'd probably say it's like it's probably Frenzy Kingu, Prof. I think, and
Mhm.
then Max a little bit outside. Partly because there's not a lack of motivation stuff, but I think Kingu I think is solidly in that tier now. Although he's dropped some like a random set of shoes or something, like he doesn't also get up. He hasn't gotten really upset, and he's beaten Frenzy before. He beat Frenzy at 9. He beat Prof at the 9 before that, and this 9. Like Kingu is very much challenging that first spot next season. I think
Mhm.
Max needs to step it up a bit in terms of motivation stuff, but I think if Max starts getting motivation, Max is easy in that tier as well.
Yep.
I don't think there's not going to be much of a gap, if any, by the time next season comes around. I think, hopefully
Okay.
at least. I'd very much like to see it happen where it's a complete chaos and it comes down to one tournament at the end where which one of the four performs the best.
Oh, I would
That would
love
be
that.
such a good story.
That'd be so
Myth
sick.
2,
Imagine.
but with Max and King as well fighting for it. What a good
Oh,
tournament.
exciting. Well, I think that was a great question to end it. So thank you, Prof.
Yeah. The
I
prof fun with the good questions.
Very good questions. I want to say thank you. So are we ready to close it out?
Yeah, we can. Right, we're finishing off right now, I
Okay.
think.
Well, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been watching, everyone who's been asking questions, everyone who's even just been listening. Means a lot to us. Me and Chief want to try and make this kind of a regular-ish thing.
Yeah, every like 2 weeks or so, we want to try and get it for. Which I think is very doable. I know it'll be something nice to do every 2 weeks, and that'll be like we can update people a little bit on stuff, and maybe we'll pick up a
Hmm.
little bit.
Yep.
It's been very fun. It's gone pretty fast. Like so,
It's
it's
fun.
been an
It
hour
has been
and
a
three
breeze.
quarters.
It's been a breeze. It's been a breeze.
Yeah, I need to
So,
then figure out how to wait. Where are we uploading this to, by the way?
I'm gonna make a channel. I'm gonna make a new
All
channel
right,
for it. Don't
all
worry.
right.
Um, I
Don't let it
really
die,
enjoyed this.
just like the Swarm Engine did.
Yeah, what
Uh,
happened to the
yeah,
Sharp
what
Engine podcast?
the Sharp Engine actually.
Raid Sharp, yeah, Chief Raid Sharp
How do,
after this.
I need to figure out how to raid.
I don't know how the fuck you do that, but you need
uh,
to do it.
Hassan gave me Sharp's Twitter, Twitch, like a username, so I can raid them after.
Good idea. Okay.
Uh, do you think that's how you do it?
Well, let's say goodbye and let's end the.
Yeah, I think that's been very good. Thank you all for watching and coming
Thank you
along
all
with
for
us
watching.
and giving your very insightful feedback. Talking to you, UO,
Yep.
of just
Thank
complaining
you.
on us.
Euro has been just screaming at us.
But maybe I don't know if we do it for next time, but we want to try and maybe guests on this in the future, especially for the
Yeah, we
more mid-level players ish, to get some
yeah.
insight on them people, because everyone's heard about Prophet Frenzy enough. Like, although
Hmm.
people it's getting more exciting now, people want. I think it's nice to hear about some of the mid-level players that people don't
Yep.
get to hear about much. So
Yeah.
we'll see where the future brings us. But next one we'll be talking about Athena and Vault probably,
Yep.
and then talking about SCR, Buddy Hood, and New Wave. I
Yeah, that
think
shit's gonna be mad. That's gonna be a
we're gonna
mad
have a
one.
big segment for that.
Yeah.
You can maybe leave New. We might
Well,
we might have
let's
another
let,
episode the week before New Wave or the week of New Wave. So we'll
yeah.
have to see how it goes. But we'll at least be doing Athena, Vault, and then SCR, Bunny Hood, Bring the Heat. I think.
Sounds good. Okay.
All
Well,
right.
good night, goodbye, and good night.